Money rushes toward the one who is ready. There is a sacred truth whispered through time, a law forgotten by many but obeyed by every blessing of the universe. Money rushes toward the one who is ready. Not the one who strains, not the one who worries, not the one who chases wealth as though it is hiding from them, but the one who is prepared in spirit, grounded in faith, and certain in purpose. Money is not persuaded by desperation, it is summoned by certainty. It flows not to hands that grasp, but to hearts that expect with calm conviction. For the universe does not answer fear, it answers readiness. When you rise in the morning with the quiet knowing that life is working in your favor, when you release panic and replace it with peace, when you stop begging for abundance and start preparing for it, the gates of supply swing open and prosperity moves toward you like a river seeking its home. You do not chase money, you welcome it. You do not plead for opportunity, you prepare for it. You do not wait for signs, you become the sign. Money is energy, and it rushes to where it feels safe, honored, and expected. Stand tall in your divine identity and say, I am ready, I am worthy, I am prepared for all that is mine. And watch how quickly life answers. The person who prepares a room for their blessings will never fail to receive them. Set the table of your spirit, and abundance will take its seat. Do not ask, when will money come? Declare, money is already on its way, and I am ready to receive it. For the universe rewards readiness, and every dollar, every opportunity, every divine connection is already moving toward you at the speed of your belief. Stand in readiness, walk in certainty, live in expectation. And remember, prosperity does not delay when the soul is prepared. Money rushes toward the one who is ready. Money is not earned by strain, it is attracted by alignment and readiness. To many, this sounds almost unbelievable because the world has been whispering a lie for generations, that only through struggle, exhaustion, and endless pushing can you earn your place with wealth. People rise each day believing they must chase money like a frightened bird fleeing the hunter. They strain, sweat, and sacrifice their peace in the name of financial security. Yet prosperity seems to slip through their fingers as if it were made of smoke. But abundance does not answer force, it responds to frequency. Wealth does not bow to tension, it bows to readiness. If you are straining for something, it means on some level you believe you don't yet have access to it. And if you believe you do not have access, you are declaring lack. The universe listens not to your effort, but to the vibration beneath your effort. Effort rooted in fear breeds more struggle. Effort rooted in confidence draws miracles. You may work, yes, but when you are inwardly aligned, your work is grace, not grind, flow, not fight. Money is not a reward for suffering. It is a mirror of belief. The one who is truly ready for wealth does not chase it, because they know that what they are aligned with must come. A magnet does not run after iron, it simply is asterisk, and attraction happens by law. So too must you become a magnet for prosperity, not a pursuer. Readiness is not about busyness. It is not about proving your worth. It is the state in which the soul has already accepted abundance as its natural inheritance. In this state, you no longer think, I hope money comes. You say with quiet certainty, my good is inevitable. When you are ready, your energy speaks louder than your actions. Opportunities arise gently and elegantly. Resources appear. People show up at the right moment. Doors swing open without effort because you are not forcing them. You are aligned with them. Strain says, I am separated from what I want. Alignment says, what I desire is already mine, moving toward me. Real readiness is not frantic. It is not desperate. It is calm, clear, deliberate. It is stepping into your day with the knowing that the universe supports you, works through you, and conspires in your favor. Money is not persuaded by panic. It rushes to the one who radiates preparedness mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Ask yourself, do I believe wealth belongs to me? Do I expect abundance, or do I hope for it? Do I prepare for prosperity, or do I wait for proof first? Those who wait to see before preparing never receive. Those who prepare confidently receive without strain. When you act as though wealth is already part of your life, you create an energetic invitation. You set the table for prosperity and declare a place already reserved for it. That is readiness, and readiness is magnetic. A farmer does not wait to see crops before preparing the soil. Preparation is the evidence of belief. So prepare for your wealth, not with anxiety, but with assurance. Clean the inner garden of doubt, fear, and scarcity. Replace these weeds with faith, gratitude, and expectancy. Speak as one who already owns abundance in the unseen, and it will manifest in the seen. Money flows to those who respect its nature as energy, not currency alone, but vibration. It arrives swiftly to the soul that has made peace with prosperity. The aligned person does not work for money, money works for them, because they have aligned with the divine law that supply follows belief. The world may glorify strain, but spiritual law glorifies readiness. The highest form of work is inspired action driven by faith. The greatest wealth is born in moments of clarity, not exhaustion. When you release the need to chase, you make room to receive. When you drop the belief that money is earned only by hardship, you free yourself to invite wealth through grace. Your inner readiness determines your outer reality. As you tune your thoughts to certainty and open your heart to deservedness, you declare to the universe, I am prepared for abundance. It is safe for money to come to me. I am a clear channel for prosperity. And the universe, hearing such confidence, rushes to deliver. The river does not force itself upstream. It flows effortlessly toward its ocean. You too must align with your ocean of supply, not struggle against currents created by doubt. Let ease be your teacher. Let expectation replace strain. Let faith be your silent instruction to the universe. Wealth does not respond to fear, it responds to readiness. Calm your spirit, lift your belief, stand in the grace of already having. For when you are aligned, when you are inwardly prepared, when you have made space within your consciousness for abundance, money does not trickle, it rushes. It finds you like water finds the lowest ground, like light fills an open room. Because abundance is not given to the one who works the hardest, but to the one who receives the deepest **. Prepare in faith, align with certainty, become the vessel ready to overflow. And money, recognizing your readiness, will find its way to you swiftly, naturally, inevitably, as though it had been seeking you all along. Money rushes to clarity, certainty, and unwavering intention, just as water naturally fills an open vessel. The universe does not operate on confusion, it operates on precision. When a person is unsure, when their mind wavers between doubt and desire, they send mixed signals into the spiritual current that shapes reality. Energy responds not to words spoken in uncertainty, but to the quiet strength of conviction. A seed only grows when planted firmly in soil, not when it is lifted and moved with every shift of the wind. The same applies to wealth. It blooms where the intention is rooted, stable, and sure. Your life expands in the direction of your certainty. That person who rises each morning knowing, not hoping, but knowing that prosperity is a rightful companion of their journey, draws opportunities that others miss. For certainty is not arrogance, it is alignment with divine truth. The one who doubts delays their blessing, for doubt is a spiritual command that says, I am not yet ready to receive. And the universe, always obedient, waits, but the one who stands firm in belief, whose heart beats with certainty, attracts with grace what others chase with force. Money is energy, and energy gravitates toward order, focus, and clarity of purpose. A clear intention cuts through the noise of the world like a beam of light, calling supply toward it with magnetic force. When you know what you desire, when you refuse to entertain opposing thoughts, when you declare with calm authority, this is for me, you activate unseen forces that rush to fulfill your command. People, ideas, and resources begin to align in your favor. Doors open not through strain, but through synchronicity. What seems like coincidence to the world is simply spiritual law in motion. There is immeasurable power in unwavering intention. A focused mind can part seas of impossibility, while a divided mind remains stranded in hesitation. The universe rewards decisiveness, not because it favors some over others, but because decisiveness is the language of faith. A person who hesitates repels the very blessing they desire. Their vibration says, "I am unsure," and money, being obedient, stays away. But one who walks in certainty speaks a higher truth, "My supply is assured." And assurance creates manifestation. There is a stillness inside unwavering belief, an inner peace that does not beg or plead, but simply expects. Expectation is an invitation to abundance. It is the emotional proof that one knows prosperity is already in motion. Just as a traveler who has purchased a ticket awaits their journey without fear, knowing the destination is secured, the one aligned with divine supply waits without worry, knowing their good is guaranteed. Clarity sharpens this expectation. When you define what you desire without contradiction, you send a pure signal into the universe, and the universe never ignores purity. Unwavering intention does not fight circumstance, it transcends it. Those who truly know do not concern themselves with temporary appearances. If the bank balance seems low, they do not fear. They bless the situation and call forth greater supply, for they understand that outer conditions bend to inner conviction. Their clarity does not shake in the face of delay. Delay is not denial, it is simply rearrangement, and certainty is the power that quickens the process. To become magnetic to money, one must release the fog of doubt and cultivate crystal clarity. Speak your desires with confidence, hold your vision without bending to fear, allow no inner argument against your worthiness. When your mind is united with your purpose, your energy becomes a beacon that prosperity cannot resist. Just as a lighthouse guides ships through the night without strain, your certainty guides abundance into your life with ease. Money does not come to confusion, it comes to certainty. It does not flow toward the one who questions their value, it hurries to the one who knows their divine right to prosper. For the universe mirrors your inner world, and when your intention is steady and unwavering, your outer world transforms to match it. Stand firm in your knowing, declare your desire without hesitation. Let clarity be your command and certainty your shield, for when belief becomes unwavering, abundance becomes inevitable. Money rushes where doubt cannot enter toward the one whose mind is anchored in faith, whose heart is aligned with truth, and whose intention stands immovable, luminous, and sure. Preparation signals faith, and faith opens the gates of supply. To prepare before one sees the manifestation is to demonstrate a profound spiritual knowing, a trust deeper than sight, louder than circumstance, stronger than doubt. Preparation is not a passive gesture, it is a mighty spiritual declaration. It says to the universe, "I already possess this blessing in the unseen, and I am arranging my life to welcome it into form." Nothing invites abundance faster than readiness. Nothing accelerates manifestation more than the quiet, confident act of making room. Faith without preparation is only hope, but faith supported by action becomes law in motion. When you prepare for prosperity, you tell life, "I am certain of my arrival at the destination. I do not need proof to believe my belief is the proof." And the universe responds to certainty like iron to a magnet. It is moved, stirred, compelled to fulfill what consciousness has already accepted. To prepare before you possess is to say, "My blessing exists already. I simply align myself with the moment I meet it." Consider the individual who wants a beautiful home yet never studies homes, never saves a design idea, never feels worthy of the space they dream of. Their desire remains a fantasy, unexplored and unsupported. But consider the one who walks through homes, who selects colors and furniture in their imagination, who sets aside money not from fear but from joy, who clears space mentally and emotionally for the life they desire. Such a soul magnetizes blessings. Their preparation is a call, a spiritual signal, a lighthouse to abundance saying, "Here, I am ready, bring it forth." Preparation is not struggle, it is not forced effort, it is graceful positioning. It is arranging one's inner and outer world to match the vibration of the blessing desired. When you prepare for wealth, you treat your life as sacred ground for prosperity to land. You organize, you plan, you elevate your standards. You handle money you have with respect. You become a steward, not a beggar, a vessel, not a chaser. Wealth is drawn to order, to clarity, to those who behave as though the blessing is already present. To prepare is to move before the miracle arrives, knowing that the miracle arrives because you moved. The timid soul waits for signs before stepping forward, and life waits on them in return. But the soul anchored in faith steps boldly, and the universe rushes to meet them halfway. Just as a farmer tills soil before rain falls, faith tills consciousness before prosperity blooms. The one who prepares does not wonder if abundance will come. They know it is inevitable, and their preparation becomes a celebration of that certainty. Many believe they are waiting on the universe when, in truth, the universe waits on them. It waits for the open hand, the clear intention, the structured life, the heart that has cast out fear and made room for joy. A blessing cannot enter where cluttered doubt resides. Faith clears the space. Preparation sweeps the path. Prosperity walks toward the soul that has created an inner environment suitable for its arrival. Clean your thoughts, refine your habits, bless your current resources, act in alignment with the level you aspire to reach. The moment you become who you expect to be, life adjusts to your new identity. Some ask, how do I prepare when I have little? But preparation does not depend on quantity, it depends on quality of spirit. You can prepare with $1 as faithfully as with 1,000,000. You can nurture gratitude in a modest room as powerfully as in a palace. The universe does not measure size, it measures sincerity. Begin where you are. Polish your life like a vessel waiting for divine wine. Every act of preparation, organizing your finances, improving your mindset, reading, learning, expecting signals to the invisible forces that you are positioned to receive. Preparation is the language of faith. When you prepare for what you desire, you say, I believe in what I cannot yet see. Faith is not silent. It speaks through action. It arranges. It anticipates. It behaves as though manifestation is assured. And the law of the universe is simple. What you behave as though you already have must eventually be yours. The prepared spirit stands in joyful expectation, not anxious longing. They are not asking, will it come? They are saying, it is coming, and I am ready. When you prepare, you shift your vibration from wanting to welcoming. Wanting is lack, welcoming is abundance. Wanting is waiting outside the palace gates. Welcoming is walking inside and setting the table. Desire without preparation is daydream. Desire with preparation is destiny. Faith is not waiting for proof. Faith is behaving like the proof has already arrived. So prepare. Open space in your life. Release old limitations. Tend to your spirit like fertile soil. Practice wealth consciousness. Build habits that support success. Speak like one who has already received. Walk like one who expects goodness. Plan for a future that is certain to bless you. In this preparation, your faith becomes the architect of your reality, and the universe, recognizing your readiness, rushes forward with the riches that were yours from the beginning. Money rushes toward the one whose purpose is firm and whose sense of self-worth is unquestioned. Wealth does not settle where doubt lives. It gravitates to the soul who knows its value with quiet certainty. When a person stands rooted in purpose, when they understand why they are here and what they are destined to contribute, money becomes a companion to their mission. It becomes a tool, not a master. It becomes an extension of their divine assignment, not something they chase with anxiety or desperation. Purpose gives prosperity direction. Worthiness gives prosperity permission. Together, they create a magnet so strong that abundance has no choice but to obey. The individual who is firm in purpose never begs the universe for supply, they command it through clarity. They do not shrink when challenges appear, because challenges do not weaken true purpose. They refine it, sharpen it, strengthen its voice. A life aligned with purpose speaks with power in the unseen realm. It declares, I am here to serve something meaningful, to build something sacred, to embody something divine. And the universe, recognizing this dedication, rushes to support it. For supply always follows assignment, provision always follows purpose. Wealth is not a reward for effort alone. It is a natural result of alignment with one's divine role. There is nothing the universe respects more than a soul who knows its worth. The one who doubts themselves blocks the flow of abundance, not because the universe withholds, but because doubt creates dams in the spirit. Doubt whispers unworthiness, and unworthiness repels prosperity like oil pushes away water. But the one who stands unapologetically in their value, who walks with the inner knowing that they are deserving of every blessing aligned with their purpose, becomes irresistible to wealth. Self-worth is the spiritual permission slip for abundance. You cannot receive what you refuse to believe you deserve. Money does not make the person worthy. A worthy spirit draws money. When you value who you are, when you honor your gifts, when you speak with authority over your destiny, life bows to your confidence. Opportunities seek you, people trust you, resources flow to you. You move not as a seeker, but as a rightful heir. Wealth flows to the one who says, I belong here. Prosperity knows its own, and it recognizes itself in those who carry certainty in their own identity. Purpose steadies the soul. When you are rooted in purpose, distractions lose their power, fear loses its voice, comparison becomes irrelevant. You are not trying to outrun others. You are fulfilling what only you can fulfill. And in that authenticity, you radiate a frequency that the universe responds to instantly. No one can compete with a person walking in divine purpose, not because they are stronger, but because they are aligned. And alignment is the greatest force in creation. Self-worth breathes life into purpose, giving it confidence, dignity, and authority. Without worthiness, purpose withers under insecurity. Without purpose, worthiness becomes untethered pride. But when the two meet, when a soul knows why it exists, and believes fully in its right to thrive, the result is unstoppable. Money sees that fire and runs toward it like metal to a magnet. The person who knows who they are and why they are here cannot be bypassed by abundance. They become a lighthouse for it. To step into this power, one must release every narrative that whispers not enough. Replace it with the sacred truth, I am chosen, I am capable, I am destined. Purpose is not proven by external achievements. Purpose is proven by internal certainty. And once that certainty is alive within you, wealth becomes not something to pursue, but something that arrives naturally, drawn by the same law that guides stars in the sky and tides in the sea. Your purpose is your passport. Your worthiness is the stamp that grants passage. Together, they open gates that effort alone could never force open. When you stand firm in who you are and what you are meant to do, you declare yourself ready, and money rushes to readiness. The world may chase wealth, but wealth chases certainty. It chases identity. It chases purpose. And when it finds someone who knows their value, who walks with faith, who embraces their mission with courage and honor, it moves swiftly, joyfully, abundantly toward them. Stand tall in your divine assignment. Speak truth into your identity. Honor your gifts. Move with authority. Let purpose be your fuel and worthiness be your foundation. For the moment you stop asking if you deserve abundance and begin knowing that you do, the universe will rearrange itself to deliver every resource meant for you. Money does not run from the one who knows who they are, it runs toward them, recognizing a soul prepared to use it wisely, powerfully, beautifully, and in that sacred knowing, prosperity becomes inevitable. Emotions are not mere feelings, they are energetic commands sent into the fabric of reality. Every thought has a vibration, but every emotion has power. Thoughts shape the blueprint, but emotions breathe life into it. Fear, doubt, worry, and scarcity do not simply sit inside the heart. They radiate into the universe like signals, notifying creation to withhold what is desired. But gratitude, certainty, joy, and confident expectation act like divine magnets, calling forth abundance with grace and speed. Money does not respond to force or demand, it responds to emotional frequency. Wealth listens not to the words spoken, but to the emotional tone behind them. A person may say, "I want more money," but if they speak from fear or lack, they are not calling money, they are pushing it away. Emotion is the language of the soul, and the universe speaks in soul language. The spirit does not move by logic alone, it moves by vibration. The heart is the generator of your reality far more than the mind ever could be. A mind may plan prosperity, but a heart must feel prosperous first. To feel wealth before it arrives is to activate the law of manifestation at its highest level. But to cling to worry is to affirm separation from abundance. Every vibration is a prayer. Every feeling is an order placed with the divine. The universe is not persuaded by desperation. It is stirred by genuine certainty. When the emotion matches the desire, when one feels wealthy, capable, and blessed, the universe rushes to make that feeling visible. Fear says, "What if I fail?" Faith says, "Success is inevitable." Fear asks, "What if I never receive?" Certainty declares, "My supply is already on the way." Emotion is creation in motion. To hold the emotion of lack is to water the seed of scarcity. To hold the emotion of abundance is to invite the harvest of prosperity. This is why gratitude is so powerful. It is wealth felt before wealth appears. Gratitude speaks to the universe in its native tongue. Appreciation, trust, and joy. A grateful heart cannot be poor because it continually attracts more to be grateful for. Meanwhile, a fearful heart, even when surrounded by opportunity, cannot see favor because fear blinds the soul to God's generosity. Neutral emotions create neutral lives, but elevated emotions call forth elevated experiences. Many work tirelessly while holding emotions of frustration, impatience, and anxiety, and then wonder why their efforts do not bear fruit. Effort without aligned emotion is like planting seeds in frozen soil. No matter how good the seeds are, they cannot take root. But one moment of clear, joyful expectation can surpass months of frantic pushing. Emotion is the fertilizer of destiny. What you feel consistently, you become magnetically aligned with. The emotional frequency of abundance is peace. Peace says, "Everything I desire is coming to me. I do not rush, I receive." The emotional frequency of wealth is joy, not because wealth arrives to make one joyful, but because joy attracts wealth. Joy signals openness. Joy signals acceptance. Joy signals readiness. Money flows freely to the spirit that radiates ease rather than strain. The universe expands for the one who feels expansion, but it contracts for the one who fears loss. Worry is rehearsing scarcity. Confidence is rehearsing abundance. Every day, you are training your reality through your emotions. You are either preparing to receive or preparing to lack. When your emotions say yes to life, life says yes to you. When your emotions whisper, "I trust," supply begins to move swiftly. The universe has never ignored a heart aligned with faith. Emotion is not weakness, it is creation. Feeling is not secondary, it is sacred instruction to the cosmic law that forms your world. Release the emotions that betray your blessing, fear of unworthiness, doubt in your ability, guilt for wanting more. They have no place in a prosperous spirit. Replace them with feelings that match your divine truth: joy for what is coming, gratitude for what is already present, excitement for the future, peace with the now. What you feel consistently becomes your atmosphere, and your atmosphere becomes your experience. Stand guard at the gates of your heart, for nothing determines your wealth more than the emotional signal you broadcast. A person aligned emotionally with abundance does not panic at temporary circumstances. They bless the moment, knowing that appearances bow to energy. They speak peace where others complain. They radiate certainty where others fear. They carry an inner calm that tells the universe, I do not chase, I attract. This inner security is irresistible to prosperity. Money, opportunity, support, and inspiration gather around such a soul like bees around nectar. Abundance recognizes emotional stability and trust as signs of readiness, for the universe will not deliver great blessings to a heart filled with turmoil. Abundance grows where peace has been planted. Emotion is choice. One can choose worry or choose trust. One can choose gratitude or choose complaint. And with each choice, reality shifts subtly. Those subtle shifts accumulate, forming tides that shape a destiny. You do not need to force change, you need only to feel aligned with change. Every great manifestation begins as a feeling before it becomes form. Feel wealthy, and you prepare a throne for wealth. Feel impoverished, and you prepare a prison for possibility. The heart is a king, maker. It crowns realities with the gold of belief. So feel your future before it arrives. Feel your prosperity as though it is already yours. Feel safety, feel joy, feel deserving. Feel chosen, feel certain. Emotion is your compass, and when you turn it toward abundance, life follows. Create the inner climate where wealth thrives, a garden of gratitude, a field of peace, a sky of expectation. For emotion moves creation faster than effort ever could. When your heart speaks in the language of abundance, the universe responds with speed, sending every blessing racing toward you, eager to fulfill the vibration you have chosen to embody. Money does not resist a heart aligned with joy, it rushes to embrace it. Money hurries to the one who trusts divine timing and refuses the poison of impatience. Impatience is not a harmless feeling, it is a declaration that one does not believe in the universe's order, in the perfect orchestration of blessings. Impatience is the voice of fear disguised as urgency. It whispers, if it doesn't come now, perhaps it won't come at all. But divine timing is never late, never uncertain, never confused. It works with exquisite precision. When you demand manifestations on your schedule, you attempt to outrun wisdom. When you force results, you declare lack, for only those who fear scarcity rush in desperation. Yet when you trust divine timing, you stand in the highest power, the power of certainty without pressure, belief without hurry, faith without force. Life unfolds like a sacred melody, not a hurried march. The seed does not panic beneath the soil. It trusts the season that calls it forth. The river does not demand to reach the ocean in one moment. It flows with grace, knowing its destination is guaranteed. Every miracle arrives wrapped in timing. Your role is not to rush it, but to align with it. When you press and push, you create turbulence. When you rest in faith, you create space. Manifestation requires room, spiritual, emotional, mental. Impatience clutters the soul. Faith clears it. Trust is a magnetic force. The universe responds swiftly to those who wait with confidence rather than worry. The one who knows their blessing is inevitable does not tremble, does not grasp, does not beg the clock to move faster. They understand that a hurried heart repels what it seeks. Peace is the true pace of manifestation. A calm soul invites abundance. A frantic one blocks it. Nothing divine grows in panic. Prosperity does not pour into restless hands, it flows into steady ones that remain open, not shaking with fear of delay. Impatience is a symptom of believing that time governs your blessing, but time is only the servant of spiritual law. When you believe you are limited by time, you shrink your spiritual identity to human fear. But you are not bound by the ticking of clocks, you are aligned with infinite supply. What is meant for you cannot be slower than perfect, cannot be faster than perfect, cannot be taken, cannot be missed. Delay is not punishment. Delay is preparation. Delay is alignment, delay is orchestration, delay is protection. Every delay carries purpose, every pause carries wisdom, every waiting period holds unseen work in motion. Heaven arranges what you cannot see, gathers what you cannot yet understand, and guides you gently toward the moment where blessing and readiness meet. A blessing unprepared for becomes a burden. Many cry for abundance while still holding scarcity in their hearts. They ask for opportunity while their habits remain unready. They wish for expansion while clinging to fear, disorder, or doubt. Divine timing ensures that your blessing arrives when you can hold it without trembling, sustain it without losing yourself, use it without waste, and honor it without fear. Haste may bring a result, but only divine timing brings legacy. Trust is not passive, it is powerful. To trust is to stand tall spiritually and declare, "What I desire is already mine, I simply walk toward its appointed hour." Trust is not inactivity, it is calm alignment. The trusting soul still works, but they work in grace, not panic. They take steps guided by intuition, not fear. They follow inspiration, not comparison. They move forward without demanding proof, because they know manifestation follows belief, not impatience. Impatience says, something is missing. Faith says, everything is unfolding. Impatience looks at the clock and wonders. Faith looks at destiny and smiles. Impatience tries to pull fruit from trees before it ripens. Faith waits for sweetness. Impatience shakes the soil to check on roots. Faith waters and trusts growth unseen. When you release urgency, life meets you more quickly. When you stop rushing, you accelerate. It is a spiritual paradox. The one who tries to force timing delays their blessing through resistance energy. The one who trusts creates an open field for miracles to run through. A calm spirit is wealth's invitation. A peaceful heart is opportunity's welcome mat. Be still inwardly, no matter what the outer world displays. The one who observes circumstances without fear has mastered the laws of abundance. You may not yet see results, yet results move toward you. Invisible progress is still progress. Energetic shifts occur before physical ones. Doors open on timelines written in the divine, not in personal impatience. Celebrate movement even when you cannot measure it. Praise manifestation even before you can touch it. This is sacred maturity to know that spiritual reality precedes physical form. To trust the unseen as deeply as the seen is to become magnetic to miracles. The season of waiting is not empty. It is transformation, it is refinement, it is strengthening. Sometimes you are not waiting for the blessing waits for you to evolve into someone who can receive it fully. Growth does not rush. Spiritual refinement does not hurry. You are being prepared for more than you asked for, protected from less than you deserve, shaped into one who can carry abundance with dignity, wisdom, and grace. So release the need to chase time. Step into the flow where blessings meet destiny without strain. Rest in knowing that divine timing is not delay, it is design. Trust collapses distance. Peace quickens miracles. Patience is not passive, it is power disguised as stillness. Each moment of trusting adds momentum to your manifestation. Breathe deeply. Let go of the clock. Feel the universe moving in your favor even now. You are not behind. You are synchronized. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared. You do not need fast, you need right, and right is already unfolding. Walk with peace. Expect with certainty. Receive with grace. Money and miracles rush to the soul who trusts the season, honors the process, and stands steady in faith, knowing, not hoping, that what is theirs must arrive in perfect time, with perfect fullness, like dawn rising exactly when the earth is ready for light. Divine timing is never late, never early. It is perfect, precise, and aligned with the highest good. When you understand this, you cease to panic in seasons of waiting. You stop grasping, forcing, and doubting, for you recognize that what belongs to you cannot be rushed away, nor can it be taken by another. Blessing arrives when the soil of your spirit is ready. Opportunity appears when your vibration matches the good you seek. The universe is not withholding, it is preparing, aligning, and shaping circumstances so your blessing arrives full, mature, and lasting. Rushed fruit spoils quickly, divinely ripened fruit nourishes deeply. Waiting is not punishment, it is positioning. Every moment of delay has purpose, for delay strengthens the soul, sharpens discernment, and purifies desire. What you think is a pause is often protection. If the door has not opened yet, it may be because the room behind it is still being decorated for your arrival. If the blessing has not manifested, it may be because you are being refined to hold it without fear, without sabotage, and without shrinking. The divine does not deliver gifts into unsure hands for half. Belief cannot steward full blessings. When you wait with faith instead of frustration, you accelerate the process. Anxiety delays. Trust magnetizes. There is a sacred quietness that surrounds divine timing, a peace that whispers, all is unfolding in your favor. When you align with this truth, you stop wrestling with life and begin dancing with it. You move from demanding when to declaring yes, knowing the universe is orchestrating every detail with mathematical precision. Just as the sun rises without struggle and seasons change without effort, your blessing moves toward you in perfect rhythm. You do not need to chase what is already on its way. You simply need to remain aligned, receptive, and ready. Be wary of impatience, for impatience births desperation, and desperation distorts vision. When you rush, you settle. When you doubt, you detour. But when you trust, you rise. Divine timing often feels slow to the human mind, but it is swift in the language of spirit. A moment of alignment can accomplish more than years of strain. The bamboo spends years growing roots before it ever breaks the surface, yet once prepared, it rises meters in weeks. So it is with your prosperity. Silent growth precedes visible breakthrough. While you wait, keep your vibration high. Speak abundance, not lack. Give thanks in advance. Celebrate as if what you desire is already yours, for in truth, it is only awaiting its appointed hour to appear. A gardener waters seeds long before seeing sprouts, trusting nature's law. You too must water your dreams with faith, gratitude, and calm expectation. The universe is never late, it is meticulous. It is arranging the right people, the right timing, the right opportunity, and the right version of you to receive it. Do not envy those who seem to receive before you, for each soul carries a different timeline. Comparison is blindness, it distracts from your own divine schedule. While others celebrate with them. It is a sign of proximity, blessings cluster. When waves come, they come in sets, one lifts your neighbor, the next lifts you. Rejoice instead of resent, for your joy keeps you aligned with abundance. Spirit never forgets a grateful heart. Trust in divine timing is not passive waiting, it is active preparation. Speak your affirmations. Sharpen your skills, tend to your inner world, make yourself a worthy vessel. The blessing may be ready, the question is, are you? Many ask for abundance, yet hold scarcity in their thoughts, unworthiness in their beliefs, and fear in their energy. Divine timing ensures the gift and the receiver meet in perfect wholeness. If you have not received yet, rejoice, it means something greater is being crafted, and you are being shaped into someone who can hold it with grace. Hold fast to faith, anchor yourself in certainty. Let patience be your power, not your burden. For when you align with divine timing, nothing feels delayed, everything feels destined. And when the moment arrives, as it surely will, prosperity pours in not as a trickle, but as a flood. You will look back and bless the waiting, for it polished you, strengthened you, and prepared you to rise without fear, thrive without doubt, and receive without apology. What is yours is inevitable. Walk in peace, the universe delivers with perfection. Energy is never lost, it is redirected, transformed, and returned to its source with interest. Every act of generosity, every blessing spoken, every seed planted in good will carries a spiritual charge, and that charge cannot vanish. It circles through the universe like a golden current and finds its way back to you, multiplied in ways you may not even imagine. When you release money, love, encouragement, or opportunity with an open hand and a joyful spirit, you activate the divine law of return. What leaves your life in faith returns as abundance. What you give freely becomes the magnet that draws prosperity toward you with grace and speed. The one who fears to give, fears to receive. For giving is not loss, it is proof of trust in the eternal supply. When you hold tightly, when you clutch in fear, you block the very channels through which abundance would flow. Imagine a river trying to fill a vessel whose lid is sealed shut. The water cannot enter. So too does the universe struggle to pour blessings into a heart closed by worry. Abundance is a dance with circulation released to receive, give to grow, bless to be blessed. The one who gives with resentment feels drained, but the one who gives with joy feels replenished, uplifted, and empowered, for they are aligned with the divine rhythm of flow. To bless others is to bless yourself. When you see someone succeed and celebrate them sincerely, you place yourself in the current of success. When you admire wealth instead of resenting it, you move closer to its vibration. Every kind word, every act of encouragement, every helping hand you offer becomes a silent investment in your own destiny. There are no wasted seeds in the spiritual realm. Every good you send forth roots itself in the soil of your future. Give what you wish to receive. If you desire abundance, spread abundance. If you desire opportunity, create it for another. If you desire kindness, speak it generously. You cannot plant roses and reap thorns. The harvest always matches the seed. There is divine order in circulation. Money moves, it flows, breathes, and responds to energy. When you release it in fear, it leaves reluctantly and returns slowly. When you release it in faith, it returns eager and abundant. Bless your expenses, bless your giving, bless every form of circulation in your life. Say to yourself, every dollar I spend returns to me multiplied. Every blessing I give comes back tenfold. This is not fantasy, it is spiritual mathematics. Faith expands, fear contracts, gratitude attracts, scarcity repels. The heart that trusts is the heart that receives. Generosity is not measured by amount, but by spirit. A small offering given with love carries greater power than a fortune given with envy or obligation. The universe responds not to numbers, but to vibration. There is no lack in giving, only expansion. When you become a source of blessing, the universe ensures you are never empty. A fountain that pours water is never dry, for its flow guarantees replenishment. Likewise, a soul that pours goodness is constantly refilled with divine supply. Release the fear that says giving will diminish you. Giving in truth strengthens you, enlarges you, and aligns you with unlimited flow. Say within yourself, I am not afraid to give, for I live in an abundant universe. What I release returns greater. Then watch how life responds. Unexpected gifts, new opportunities, surprising wealth. Sudden favor, they rise around the one who gives with faith and walks with expectancy. Prosperity does not come to those who hoard. It comes to those who circulate, for circulation is the heartbeat of abundance. Let your giving be joyful, intentional, and rooted in trust. Bless every seed, every kindness, every support you offer. You are not losing, you are investing in a universe that never forgets. Your goodness boomerangs. Your faith multiplies. Your generosity builds a bridge through which divine wealth travels back to you. Live with an open heart and open hands, for abundance rushes toward those who trust in flow. Honor the law of return, and understand that giving is not sacrifice, it is sovereignty. You are not diminished by blessing another. You are crowned by it. Gratitude is the spiritual gold that turns ordinary moments into miracles, and ordinary people into magnets for divine supply. When you bless what you have, you multiply it. When you honor the gifts already in your life, you open the gates for greater ones to enter. Gratitude is not merely a polite response, it is a spiritual command, a vibrational declaration that says, I recognize abundance, therefore abundance recognizes me. The thankful heart walks in constant communion with prosperity, for it sees supply not as hope, but as truth. Every breath, every opportunity, every piece of progress, however small, becomes holy when touched by gratitude. Where there is appreciation, lack cannot survive. Lack feeds on complaint, on impatience, on the belief that the present is insufficient. Gratitude suffocates lack by shifting your gaze to what asterisk is asterisk, not what is missing. The one who constantly says, "I do not have enough," unknowingly blocks the flow of supply, for they root themselves in scarcity. But the one who says, "Look how richly I am blessed already," invites more into their life. Gratitude expands consciousness. It widens the vessel, preparing it to hold more good. The universe does not pour into a cup that resents its size, it fills the cup that praises every drop. Gratitude is a magnet, a prayer, and a prophecy. It signals to the universe that you are prepared, receptive, and aligned with abundance. When you wake in the morning and whisper, "thank you," you activate forces unseen. When you bless your meals, bless your home, bless your income, even if modest, you call forth increase. Gratitude turns the simplest object into a seed of prosperity. A person who appreciates their current blessings is like fertile soil eager for planting life rushes to grow more in them. But a heart clouded with complaint becomes barren ground, repelling the very supply it seeks. Do not wait for great success to feel grateful. Gratitude is the bridge to great success. Do not wait for wealth to celebrate. Celebrate now, and wealth moves toward you. The person who says, "I will be grateful when I prosper," pushes prosperity into the future. The one who says, "I am prosperous already, look at all that I have received," brings prosperity into the present. Gratitude is a spiritual magnet that cannot fail. It draws opportunity, favor, ideas, people, and money into your life with effortless grace. It transforms struggle into flow, anxiety into peace, and waiting into preparation. Gratitude is active. It is not merely spoken, but lived. Show thankfulness through kindness, through patience, through generosity, through excellence in what you do. When you treat your possessions with care, when you respect your time, when you honor even the smallest blessing, you demonstrate readiness for more. A soul that wastes or neglects what it has signals unpreparedness. A soul that appreciates signals maturity. Say thank you for every dollar, every compliment, every step forward, and watch how quickly those steps multiply into leaps. And gratitude is not only for what asterisk is asterisk, it is also for what is coming. Bless your future before it arrives. Give thanks for opportunities not yet seen, for wealth not yet visible, for doors not yet opened. This is gratitude in its highest form, thanksgiving as faith made real. When you speak gratitude for things unseen, you call them into existence. Say, thank you for the abundance flowing to me now. Say, thank you for the miracles unfolding for my good. Say, thank you for the wealth being prepared with my name on it. The universe responds to such certainty with speed and joy, rushing forward to match your belief. To live in gratitude is to live in abundance already. It is to walk in the awareness that the universe favors you, supports you, and guides you. Gratitude opens your eyes to opportunities you once overlooked, to blessings disguised as small beginnings, to beauty hidden in the everyday. It illuminates your path and lifts your spirit into the frequency where wealth resides. For abundance is not only in the bank, it begins in the heart. A grateful heart is the throne where prosperity sits. Where gratitude lives, miracles gather. Where thankfulness speaks, heaven answers. And where appreciation flows, abundance rushes in unstoppable, undeniable, and overflowing. Faith is the invisible bridge between where you stand and the abundance destined for you. It is not a whispered hope nor a fragile wish, it is a powerful assurance, a spiritual certainty that what you seek is already yours in the unseen. Faith is the unseen hand that pulls blessings from the invisible realm into visible reality. It does not bargain, it does not beg, it knows, and in knowing it creates. When you walk in faith, you are not waiting for proof. You are the proof. Your energy becomes evidence of the wealth preparing to manifest. Your posture declares, I am chosen for abundance. Your spirit speaks a language the universe cannot ignore. Fear is the thief that waits at the edge of every dream, whispering of danger, failure, impossibility. But fear has no true power, it only echoes where faith is absent. Faith does not eliminate fear, it overrules it. It says, I hear your trembling, but I choose truth. Fear shrinks possibilities, faith enlarges them. Fear says, what if it doesn't happen? Faith answers, what if it's already underway? Fear clings to the familiar, faith steps into destiny. Fear protects the cage, faith opens the door. And when you choose faith over fear, even in trembling, you summon angels of provision, guidance, and opportunity to your side. The universe honors bravery, spirit rewards trust. Faith is not passive, it is active, alive, and bold. It does not sit in silence waiting for a miracle. It speaks the miracle into motion. It affirms wealth when the pockets are still empty. It gives gratitude before the harvest arrives. It acts as if the supply is already present, and by doing so, it brings supply to life. Faith takes a step when the path is not fully lit, trusting each stone will appear underfoot. Faith does not ask for the entire staircase, only the next step, and the moment you step, the next rises to meet you. Spirit meets movement with movement. Faith combined with inspired action is unstoppable. True faith is peaceful, not frantic. It does not rush or panic because it aligns with a divine timeline far more intelligent than human planning. It trusts the unfolding, blesses the process, and remains centered even in uncertainty. If a door closes, faith does not collapse, it knows another door opens, wider and brighter. If a blessing seems delayed, faith whispers, preparation is happening. Faith sees beyond appearances. It knows that the visible world is only a shadow of the invisible forces at work. When life appears still, faith listens for the hum of miracles beneath the surface, for they are always forming. To cultivate faith, you must speak life, not doubt. Words are the sculptors of your reality, and faith-filled speech is a creative force. Declare your abundance, affirm your worthiness, call forth your good with confidence. Say, everything is working in my favor. Say, wealth flows to me with ease. Say, I trust my divine path. The universe responds to the language of certainty. When your words align with your vision, the world must shift to match your declaration. Doubt cannot cling to a mind disciplined in truth. Fear has no foothold in a heart filled with conviction. Faith is a shield. It protects your dreams from the noise of the world, from opinions, from circumstances, from the temptation to give up. Others may not see what you see. They do not need to. Vision was given to you. Faith is your partnership with destiny, your agreement with the unseen promise. And as long as you hold it, the promise holds you. Challenges are not signs of failure, they are signs of growth. They refine your belief, strengthen your resolve, deepen your trust. The mountain does not stand against you, it stands to reveal your power as you rise. Walk in faith daily. Let your thoughts be anchored in truth, your words aligned with prosperity, your energy rooted in certainty. Do not wait for proof, become the proof. Be the light, the vibration, the presence that wealth recognizes and rushes toward. Stand firm in your divine right to thrive. Declare your abundance even when the world sees a seed. Not a harvest for faith sees oak trees in acorns, palaces in foundations, wealth in whispers. And when you live in this truth, fear dissolves, doors open, destiny unfolds, and abundance flows like a river eager to greet its ocean. Faith is your greatest currency, spend it boldly. And life returns your investment, multiplied beyond measure.